Hello, this video has me drawing my third drawing of Inktober. I decided to draw Audrey 2 mainly because I watched Little Shop of Horrors recently. And I absolutely love the music in it. Plus there's a little kind of inside joke, I guess, between me and my boyfriend, where if it's a weekend morning and I'm super hungry, I'll look at him and go, "Feed me, Seymour," just like Audrey 2 does to Rick Moranis. While sketching, I ended up switching to a red pencil. When I sketch, I find switching between colors can really help me process what I'm drawing sometimes. Because sometimes the lines just start to kind of mush together for me and I have a hard time making out shapes. So that's where I bust out a new color and use it to do the rest of the sketch so it will be easier for me when I ink. I feel like this drawing was sort of the true beginning of Inktober for me. When I hit day 3, I realized that I wanted to try and draw things I don't normally draw. I started off inking the teeth because that's where I anticipated I'd have the most difficulty. I do find mouths hard to draw, and I did choose to have his gums visible. I kind of dig how threatening they look. I feel like adding the dark ink lines made them a little bit more sharp and scary. It was really fun drawing the leaves on his head and trying to do natural strokes, I guess, that looked very plant-like. I'm using Micron pens, which aren't as inky as Pilot Pocket brush pens, but they will smear if you're not careful. I decided to use these pens because they come in a bunch of different sizes, and I thought I could use them to try and experiment more with using different line widths. This was a perfect combo for a drawing of a plant because plants have so many creases and their vein lines and things like that. Having different sized pens really helped me emphasize their shape and their textures. I wasn't happy with how this vine looked at first. I was really kicking myself for not making sure to sketch it in before I had inked. So here I am grabbing a colored pencil and I guess trying to fix it and figure out how I want the shape to be. Then I inked the other vine, which I did have the good sense to pre-draw. In the process of fixing it, I made this vine's lines very, very dark, which of course affected how the inking needed to be in the rest of the photo. Things that are the furthest away should be lighter, so it didn't make sense to leave all the plants hanging out of the pot as super thin compared to something behind them. I had been planning to give the leaves thicker lines anyway though, because I wanted to separate them out from Audrey 2's head and his neck. He is a very busy subject matter, I guess, with a lot of components. So my big challenge here was not having him look like just a big squiggle of lines where you couldn't differentiate his different parts. I had a lot of fun taking the very thin pen at the end and adding texture all across Audrey 2's body and the leaves of the plants. I had planned to stop after I had added some details to the leaves, but then decided to push it because that's what Inktober is about, right? Trying new things and pushing yourself as an artist. I was concerned about the cross-hatching and shadows clashing too badly with all of the little textures I had already put in. But I'm glad I went for it, especially in Audrey 2's mouth, having his tongue with the shadow lines under the top front teeth and under the gums really brings out the shape for me. It was really these final touches of shadow that really helped bring the character to life and made him a little bit more foreboding. As Audrey 2 should be. He does want to take over the earth and feed everyone to plant monsters, so... When I look at the lines that are supposed to represent shadow on his vines, you can really see how I'd rush the strokes. Next time I'm going to go slower and try and be more uniform because you want all your marks on the drawing to look like it's on purpose. And here's the final. I really loved it to the point that I might color it one day, but I'm happy that it's fine as a standalone ink drawing. See you next time!